Hello and welcome to Maggie's Fun Time, and this is Mrs. Magzie, and we are here on Warframes. Um, at the beginning of Warframes, you start out in like a cinematic thing, and then you're given a choice of Warframes. So I can't really do anything till we get through this. I did fix my settings. I've already had to try to record this one time now. If the volume is a little too loud, I will check the sound settings when I get in the game here in a second. But I'm pretty much just going to keep quiet and let the cinematic here play until we get to the place where we're actually going to choose our Warframe here. And we'll talk then. Alright? So, enjoy the cinematic, and I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Okay, so now I can talk to you guys without everything blaring in your ears and stuff. Now I'm going to check the volumes when we get into the game to make sure the volumes are where I want it to be, and I'll probably lower like the voice down. And I got the music shut off, so I shouldn't be playing music. Definitely the music in this game is awesome. So listen to the music. Um, this is what you after the first cinematic there. You get the choice of three warframes, and we're going to go over each one of these three warframes. I'm going to go over the controls in the game, and then we're going to kind of talk about a few things and end the video there. And I'm going to do the rest of the actual intro slash tutorial to the game as a separate video. I probably won't upload that one today. I'll probably upload this one today and then that one tomorrow. All right. So you'll get those two. And the reason why I'm making these videos is because I'm a kind of a new player still. I've been playing for like 6 months with my son. And there's kind of stuff that people just don't talk about. They just don't go over well enough for me. Well, I still have to do like lots and lots of research. So don't be afraid to jump on the wikis and watch YouTube videos, but take everything with a grain of salt. All right. For the most part, the videos on YouTube kind of like try to twist you into a point of view of the person who's making the video. All right. And I don't want to do that. I want to give you the information and let you decide for yourself on how to play and how things work. So that's where we're at right now. So you have to choose your warframe here. There's several different ways to actually play warframe. The best one I'm going to suggest to you is to pick one warframe, all right, and build that up, all right. Max it out, all right. Max it out. Now there's several ways to do that. One is make one of these three choices here your main warframe. Build that one up. Each one of these will get you to end game, all right. Now, different warp. Oh, let's talk about that because I kind of talked like that second in the last video, and the audio didn't record, so I had to delete that one. Um, there's no best warframe. All right. There's no best warframe. There's no best weapon. All right. The weapons are good depending on your playstyle. So you need to get in the game. You need to try several weapons. Get in the groove of the weapons you like, and then look for what is the stats that you want for that type of build. All right, and that's really where you get it. Don't ask what the best warframe is. Don't ask what thing. Now there are warframes that are better at certain missions. All right, so like a defense mission, you want to use one warframe, and like uh, expedition, not expedition. Execution mission, elimination mission, you'll want like to use maybe a different Warframe. So depending on what you're going to be doing in the mission, like a spy mission is stealth, so you might want to go with like a stealthy Warframe that can turn invisible and make it easier for you to get to the thing. But all the missions can be done by any of the Warframes, so don't be worried about that. Um, that's in-game kind of stuff. You want to worry about getting different Warframes for different missions, but don't worry about that right now. Um, Warframe has 3 initial slots for you, so you are limited to the amount of Warframes you can have. So picking one Warframe and keeping that as your main, and just leveling up the other Warframes as you go, will give you the maximum amount of efficiency, and you won't fill up all your slots. All right. Eventually, you'll want more slots. All right. Also, in game, when you start to count, they give you what the in-game currency here is platinum. Now you can buy Warframes for platinum. All right, you can. If you want to pay cash for platinum, you can do that. You can also gain platinum in-game by trading items. There's only certain items that you can trade to other players, but you can trade those for platinum. All right, you have to be at a certain level. Also, they put in a special stipulation now that you have to have two-factor authorization on your account in order to trade. All right, so make sure you got that set if you're going to be trading platinum in game, whether you're going to be buying it and trading it, or whether you're actually going to be farming items and prime Warframe parts and then trading those for platinum. All right, and mods and stuff like that. Um, so don't worry about that. All right. Um, but if you are going to be buying your Warframe with platinum, your initial choice here is just so you can level that one up. You want to level that up to max rank, and then once you get that one to max rank, you've gotten all the affinity you can from that one. Don't put like reactors on it or anything like that. Just level up to max rank. Get your prime Warframe or your prime access Warframe, whatever you chose to do, and then use that one as your main. All right. The other way to do it is use this one as your main and then grab other Warframes and level those up. Or use this Warframe to the max rank and then use that Warframe to farm up the parts in-game for the Warframe you're going to use as your main. Build that. Make that your main Warframe, then sell this one off. Alright? So, those are the different ways of playing. You can choose whichever one you want. For me, I'm going to run this one as... I have a main account, so we'll probably be switching to my main account. On my main account, my main is my Vault Prime, and I have some other Warframes too. Vault Prime is unvaulted right now, along with, I believe, Limbo or Loki Prime are unvaulted right now, so you can farm up the parts for that. Really easy. Vault Prime's artifact relics in game are also sold by Borkatir. So you can get relics through him and actually unlock vault even though when it's vaulted. It's just kind of weird. But that's in-game stuff. We won't worry about that right now. Your initial choices. We're going to go over each one of these. So, Excalibur here. A perfect balance of mobility and offense. Excalibur is ideal Warframe for new players. In the description down below, I will leave a link to each one of the wiki pages for each one of these. Go on there. Read all the pages for all the different stuff and tips and stuff. Come back here, then make your choice. All right. So, just don't just randomly choose one of these. make sure you're getting the one that you want. It's passive. Excalibur deals 10% increased damage and attacks 10% faster when wielding swords. All right. So, if you're going to choose Excalibur, you're going to want to wield swords. There's a slew of different melee weapons for you to use from. Make sure you're using swords when you're using Excalibur. Alright. These are his 4 abilities. Each Warframe has 4 abilities. They are progressively stronger as you get up to the top one. And I will be referring to these as the first, second, third, and fourth abilities. That is because that is the button you press to activate these in-game. You also notice that some of them are locked behind a rank. This is the rank of the Warframe, not your personal rank. 2 different things. You have a mastery level in-game that's separate from the rank on your Warframe. Alright, so the slash dash here is the first ability, and it dash between enemies while slashing with the Exalted Blade. Alright, the Exalted Blade is this thing up here. We'll get to that in a minute. Your second ability is Radial Blind. Emits a blinding flash of light, blinding all enemies in a small radius for several seconds. Basically, this disables enemies, and also it takes away some of their abilities, so you can kill certain bosses a lot faster by Radial Blinding and just Exalted Blading, and then they're usually just done. Alright, so. Sorry, guys. Um, uh, Third ability is launching. Sorry, Radial Javelin. All right, launches javelins towards enemies, dealing high damage and impelling them into the walls. And his fourth ability is Exalted Blade. Summons a sword of pure light and immense power. This has a radius and also a duration. And basically, you swing the sword, and as you can see in the video here, it actually sends out slashes of energy as you're running around slashing. So just be mindful of that. There is like energy slashes, kind of like Zelda's little sword that he uses, like the max sword. I forget what it's called. But that's Excalibur. The next Warframe is Magzie. I want to note here that these are actual Warframes, alright? They're equipment. So I want you guys to understand that you as the actual player control the actual equipment themselves. Some look female, some look male. I'm going to refer to them as its, because there's some of the Warframes I can't even tell whether they're female or male personas. But you'll get into the storyline of it in later on. But Magzie here, with the full command of surrounding magnetic energies, Magzie is an expert at energy manipulation. Its passive is bullet jumping, pulls in nearby items for easy collection. Alright? So whenever you bullet jump, I'll show you that in game, it'll like pull the items into you. So it's not that great. To be honest with you, you're going to have a companion that'll do that for you, and you won't need to do that with this one. But at the beginning of the game, it can help you out. Its one ability is magnetic pull. Magnetic forces pulls enemies towards you, stunning them and bringing them into melee range. As you can see, that does deal damage down there, so just be mindful of that. The second ability is Magnetize. Creates a magnetic field around a target, ensnaring nearby enemies and dealing damage over time. The field reacts to bullets and shards created from Polarize and to increase the damage. Alright, and there's an initial damage. There's a damage thing down there, and it's a 15-meter radius. The radius will increase depending on the mods and stuff. The damage will increase depending on the mods and stuff. Alright. And as you can see, you can shoot into the field and increase the damage that way. Kind of like ricochets the bullets around on the inside of it. So, using a weapon that has large amounts of projectiles going into the actual magnetized field, probably a good idea. Polarize. Emits an energy pulse that depletes enemy shields and armor, creating shards which become deadly when mixed with magnetize. Shields of allies touched by the pulse are restored. Alright, so basically use these two in conjunction. This one I actually make little shards come off the enemy when it depletes the shields, and that'll bounce them around and magnify the damage. So, really good. Really good to use these two together. And then Crush is the fourth ability. This one's the third ability. The fourth ability, Crush, magnetizes the bones of nearby enemies, causing them to collapse upon themselves. And as you can see, the massive damage down there, and an 18-meter range. We're also, I'll go over this after we go over Vault there. So that's Mag. Vault. Vault can create and harness electrical elements. This is high damage Warframe, perfect for players who want a potent alternate to gunplay. So it's kind of a caster frame. Its passive is ground movement generates an electrical charge build up 5 damage per meter that is unleashed in the next attack. It goes up to 1,000. Once you cap that 1,000, you can do an attack and bam. There is a build where you kind of generate that and you only deal damage or only do attacks once you build up that maximum charge. I don't worry about this too much. Trying to build it up to 1,000 just so you can get a good attack. Probably only good when you're doing like boss fights or something like that. In general, you probably won't worry about that particular part of it, but that is something you can do. Your one ability is Shock. Launches a shocking projectile. It stuns and deals high damage to a single target, chain damage to nearby targets. As you can see, you can chain up to 5 targets, and that's within 15 meters. Speed is the 2 ability. Gains a brief boost of movement speed, which affects all allies within range. The radius is 15 meters, and the duration is 5 seconds, which the stats will change depending on the mod you have equipped, and also your rank. So sometimes their abilities will get buffed as they rank up. Just be mindful of that. The third ability is Electrical Shield. Vault deploys an obstacle of energy, providing cover for any situation. Alright, now as you can see through this, this does provide extra damage, so shooting through this will add damage onto whatever attack goes through it, projectile wise. And you can pick up the shield and carry it around with you. It blocks most damage. It blocks some of the AoE stuff, I think, kind of gets through, and there's some nullifier stuff that can happen that takes it down and that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it blocks most damage. And most people use this just to like put down and then stand behind it, so that you and your allies can use it. If you pick it up, your allies don't really get benefit from it. There is a mod that lets your allies pick it up. We won't talk about those right now. That's just like a fun little add-on mod thing. Worry about that later on. But just be like if you're in a defense mission, you'll put that up in front of the thing you're defending, and it'll block damage from that while you run around and try to deal with and kill the enemies and defend the thing. So it's a little helpful thing. That being said, you can't see the actual stats here of all the Warframes. Let's go to Discharge. I'm sorry. His fourth ability is Discharge. It's basically an area nuke. Paralyzes nearby hostiles with a damaging electrical charge. This also shocks approaching enemies. So when they come into the area, it will also shock those guys. And it just does a crap ton of damage and lasts for 6 seconds. The effect lasts for 6 seconds. So, and the duration is for 4 seconds. So it just it's basic nuke. You go into a room, bam, flash 4, everybody's dead, or they're standing around going being electrocuted. I love it. It's a wonderful thing. Now, the stats of these don't show you. Vault has the least amount of shields. All right, it's at 15 armor. I'm sorry, not shields, armor. It's 15 armor. You want to go and look up the stats on these, all right? And then make your decision after that, because the stats do not show in here. That said, in game you can get these two relatively early, and they're really easy to get, and you can make those in your foundry and then create those, and then you can level those up. Vault here is only available through your clan dojo. Alright, you have to go through a clan and go through their dojo, and hopefully they have the research. If not, you're going to have to help them get the research, and then you can unlock Vault and his parts, and then you can build him. Alright, you can't get this through regular gameplay. You have to go through your clan dojo to get that. Alright, so since Vault is the hardest one to get, my suggestion to you is to pick Vault at the beginning. If you want Excalibur or Mags, get those in-game, make them, switch to that one, sell Vault once you have maxed out. You have max rank on him, just sell him off. So my suggestion to you, start out with Vault. If you know you have a clan and they have already got Vault unlocked, pick whichever one you want. Alright, but the other two you can gain in-game. Just farm the parts and build it. It's super simple. Alright, so that's where we're at. That's your choices. Make sure you look up the stats in-game. Make sure you go into doing that. I'm going to press Vault here. I'm going to confirm. It's going to have me do some stuff, and then we'll go through controls in game. So let me hit confirm here. So as I said, your abilities here are tagged to your number pad here at the top above your keyboard right here. So one, cast your one ability. Two, cast your two ability. If you look down on the right hand side there, did he take his, he took his crosshairs off, I bet. My son. My son plays on this one. I play on my other computer. Okay, so we're safe in here. There's nobody else going to come in here. So we're going to go over controls right here. I'm going to check my actual settings to make sure they changed from the last video. So audio. Yes. Okay, so the music's down. We're going to turn sound effects down a little bit and speech down a little bit more. Alright, we're going to confirm that. And I'm going to go to Keybindings here and make sure that's saved here. Yes, okay. So, there is a button in game, the C, that lets you crouch. When you start the game, alright, C may not hold a crouch. I'm not holding the button, I just pressed it. There's an actual option in game for you to just like pressing. I'll show you. Hold on. Let's go to options here. Keybindings. See here? There's a toggle crouch and then there's a hold crouch. I make my C button toggle crouch. Alright? Only time I will ever suggest for you guys to buy something for a game. For this game, you will want a gaming mouse. Alright, you want one that has key bindings on the side where you can bind keys to it. You'll want to bind crouch to that one. And you'll want to bind your dodge, your roll here, to that one. Alright, we'll get into that a little bit later. See, it says sprint and roll here. Shift will also work, but you want to bind your roll to that one. Alright, to those keypads. It's a lot easier for you to do your bullet jump and your dodge roll from your keyboard than trying to do it from the mouse. All right, so let's get out of crouch. Controls: WSD movements. So W is forward, S is back, A is right, D is left. If you aim, you can strafe left and right and back while facing forward. You will move a lot slower. You can also dodge. Dodge is shift, and if you press the direction and shift, double shift, sorry, so press shift twice, you'll dodge in that direction, including backwards. Alright, there you go. Crouch is like it's not stealth. Alright, you're not invisible to enemies right now. You're less likely to be seen, and also you'll take less damage from, or you're harder to hit from ranged. Let's put it that way. But there's no it's not like stealth mode, right? There are stealth modes in the game, and there's invisibility in the game. Those are completely separate from this. The main purpose of this is to get you to jump. So while you're crouched, that's the C button. While you're crouched, if you press the shift button, you'll do a bullet jump, and that is in the direction you're facing. So if we're facing backwards here, jump in that direction. If we're facing up, you'll jump up. All right. So as we just went over, space bars jump. You got a basic jump, then you got a double jump. All right. there are stuff you can do to walls. So if we go over here, you can hold shift down. Or is it right click? I forgot what it is. Hold on. You can wall climb by just continuously pressing jump while you're on there. There's a way to latch onto the wall, and I forgot what it was. Let me look that up. I don't want to tell you guys wrong. I don't use it that often. So Keybindings. Come on, where you at? Am I crazy? It will tell you as you progress through the tutorial here. It'll tell you how to do it. I can't believe it's not on the list here. Maybe it's crouch. Nope. There's a way to cling to the walls. It'll tell you in game how to do it. You can also look it up. But that's the basic controls right there. When you're moving around, most people will try to do this, and then double spin, and then the double jump. And a combination of those will make you roll faster. I will not be doing this in this video because my mouse is over there, and I'm horrible at doing this with the keyboard controls. I love my settings on my mouse, so I use those instead. You will want to set your settings up whichever is easiest for you. I will not be doing that. All right, so it is on. I might do it sometimes, but not as much as when I have my mouse over here on this computer. The videos after the not this one and not the next one, but the video after that, I'll have my mouse on this computer whenever I make recordings for this on this computer, and I'll be doing that a lot more. Okay. So this one is just basic controls and game options and that kind of stuff. I got a few other things I want to go over with you. The E button here, I don't have any weapons on me right now, but the E button will swing your melee weapon. All right. You can also set that to any button you want to. My son likes to set that to his left mouse button. Left mouse button shoots your primary and secondary weapons. And the right mouse button will aim. And then your left mouse button to shoot. Your middle mouse button will do alternate fire if your weapon has alternate fire. Some primary, and secondary weapons do have an alternate fire. You usually have all three weapons equipped, so you can have a primary, a secondary, and a melee weapon equipped, and you can switch between those by pressing the F button. Okay, R to reload your weapons if they have ammo to reload. Some like laser weapons don't. Also, there's ammo capacity depending on the weapon you use. So pistols have their ammo capacity, and then primaries have an ammo capacity, and those are different depending on the primary. If you have a shotgun, say, you'll have a certain amount. If you have a sniper rifle, you have a whole lot less than the shotgun has. If, say, you have a machine gun, that might have more. And the actual ammo capacity is based on the actual weapon too, so you can have more or less depending on the weapon you use. Alright? You got it? There we go. So, that's the basics. Movement, all that kind of stuff. We're going to get to this mission in the second one, and I'll probably end the video there when we get to our ship. At which point I will do the full tutorial on there, and I'll show you how to get through the map. Alright, at a certain point we'll probably switch to my main account. Alright, you can send messages in game. Here's the communication screen. There's a friends list and an inbox. I will put my name on the description of each of the videos for my main account, and you can ask me as a friend on there and send me messages on there. And if it's something that you guys want read on camera, I'll try to do that. I'll pick a certain episode to do that on. And we'll do this kind of quick start guide for Warframes. So, if you like this video, make sure you smack that like button. If you subscribe to my channel, I'll send you notifications when I have new videos out. You guys can come check it out, see if you like it. If you do like this episode and you want to share it with your friends, tell them what you like it. There's a share tab down below. Click on the share tab, copy the link, post it on your Facebook, Twitter, wherever you do social media. If you have any tips, tricks, or comments, put it down in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me on social media pages. Don't forget to set your notification settings to my channel using the notification bell. And I will see you guys on the next episode.